You can achieve every goal on your list and still feel as if you are walking in the wrong direction. That is the uncomfortable side of ambition. Progress can look impressive from the outside, while feeling strangely empty within. You become faster, busier, more capable, and more admired. But when the noise stops, a quiet question remains. What is all of this for? This is not a reason to abandon success. It is an invitation to define it before the world defines it for you. Today we will build something deeper than motivation. We will build direction. There is an old image of a traveler climbing a mountain in a storm. He fights the wind, carries heavy equipment, and refuses to stop. Hours later, the clouds open. He discovers he has climbed the wrong mountain. Effort was not the problem. Endurance was not the problem. Direction was the problem. Many people live this way. They become excellent at moving without becoming clear about where movement should lead. They accept goals because those goals are visible. Money is visible. Status is visible. Applause is visible. But meaning is quieter. It must be chosen when no audience is watching. The first lesson is simple. Separate the goals you inherited from the goals you chose. Write down the 3 things you are working hardest to achieve. Then ask, who taught me to want this? Perhaps the desire came from your family. Perhaps it came from comparison. Perhaps it came from an old insecurity that wanted to prove something. Perhaps it truly came from you. An inherited goal is not automatically wrong. Your family may have given you a wise ambition. A rival may have awakened a useful hunger. But a goal deserves examination before it receives years of your life. Ask a second question. If nobody could see the result, would I still want the work? Notice the word work. Many people want the image of success, but dislike the daily life required to create it. They want the title, not the Tuesday. They want the stage, not the rehearsal. They want freedom, but they build a life filled with obligations they cannot escape. A meaningful goal must survive contact with ordinary days. The second lesson is to choose a direction, not a perfect destination. Purpose is often described as one grand answer hidden somewhere in the future. This creates pressure. People wait for a dramatic revelation before beginning. But direction is more useful than certainty. A compass does not show the entire road. It shows which way is north. Your direction might be to create useful things, to protect and provide for people you love, to become a person of knowledge, to bring order into chaos, to build honest businesses, to heal, teach, lead, explore, or serve. These directions are broad enough to guide different seasons. Jobs can change. Projects can fail. Markets can move. A clear direction can survive all of that. Complete this sentence. I want my life to move toward more blank and less blank. More courage and less avoidance. More creation and less consumption. More service and less performance. More depth and less noise. Do not search for a sentence that sounds impressive. Search for one that feels true. The third lesson is to use responsibility as a source of meaning. Modern advice often treats responsibility as an obstacle to freedom. But responsibility can be the structure that gives freedom value. Think of a guardian standing at a gate. The weight of the role is real. The guardian cannot wander wherever he likes. Yet the responsibility answers an important question. Why must I remain strong? Strength without a reason becomes vanity. Strength in service of something becomes character. Choose responsibilities deliberately. Care for your health because your future work requires energy. Master your craft because people will depend on the quality of what you build. Keep your word because trust is a form of wealth. Support the people you love because success that isolates you is a poor victory. Do not carry every burden. That creates resentment, not purpose. Carry the burdens that make you respect the person you are becoming. The fourth lesson is to build proof through action. Thinking about purpose can become another form of avoidance. You can journal for months, watch hundreds of videos, and still remain uncertain. Clarity often arrives after movement, not before it. Run small experiments. If you believe you may care about teaching, help one person understand something difficult. If you want to build, complete one small product. If service matters to you, volunteer for one real responsibility. If leadership calls you, take ownership of one neglected problem. After each experiment, do not ask only, "Was I good at it?" Ask, "Did this type of effort make me feel more awake? Would I accept the difficult parts in order to keep doing the meaningful parts? Did the work leave something useful behind?" Purpose is not constant excitement. Meaningful work can be boring, frustrating, and exhausting. The signal is not pleasure every minute. The signal is that the difficulty feels connected to something worthy. The fifth lesson is to create a hierarchy for your ambitions. Not every goal can be first. Imagine an empire with 10 rulers and no order. Every command conflicts with another. One demands expansion. One demands rest. One demands wealth. One demands recognition. The result is not balance. It is civil war. Your life needs a clear hierarchy. At the top, place your non-negotiable values. These might include faith, integrity, family, health, service, or freedom. Beneath them, place major missions for this season. Beneath those, place projects and habits. Now test your calendar against the hierarchy. If health is a value but sleep is always sacrificed, the hierarchy exists only on paper. If family is a value but receives only your exhausted leftovers, the structure is false. If integrity is a value but every opportunity is judged only by money, money is the real ruler. Your schedule reveals your actual beliefs. This does not mean every day will be perfectly balanced. Some seasons demand intense focus. A launch, an exam, an emergency, or a difficult financial period may temporarily require sacrifice. But sacrifice should serve the hierarchy, not quietly replace it. The sixth lesson is to make peace with invisible progress. Direction becomes fragile when it depends on applause. There will be periods when your most important work produces no visible reward. You are studying while others are celebrating. You are rebuilding while others are announcing. You are keeping a promise that nobody knows you made. This is where purpose becomes powerful. A person driven only by recognition needs constant proof from the outside. A person guided by direction can continue through quiet seasons because the work itself has a place in the larger story. Measure invisible victories. Did you make the difficult call? Did you refuse the shortcut? Did you practice when nobody checked? Did you recover after failure without turning bitter? Did you become more capable of carrying the responsibility you chose? These are not consolation prizes. They are the foundation beneath visible results. The seventh lesson is to review your direction without betraying it. Changing your mind is not always weakness. Sometimes it is evidence that you have learned. A sailor can adjust the route while keeping the destination. A builder can change the material while protecting the design. You can leave a project, role, or strategy that no longer serves your deeper direction. The question is not, have I changed? The question is, why am I changing? Are you moving because the path is genuinely wrong, or because the path became difficult? Are you responding to new evidence, or escaping temporary discomfort? Are you protecting a value, or protecting your ego? Give major changes a cooling period. Write the reasons. Speak with one wise person who is not impressed by your image and not threatened by your growth. Then decide calmly. There is dignity in persistence, but there is also dignity in correction. Now let us make this practical. Take one sheet of paper and divide it into 4 parts. First, what I am chasing. List your main goals without editing them. Second, why I want it. Write the honest reason, including fear, comparison, money, service, curiosity, pride, and love. Mixed motives are normal. Honesty gives you power. Third, what the daily life requires. Describe the ordinary work, not the fantasy. The hours, habits, sacrifice, relationships, and skills. Fourth, what this goal serves. Connect it to a value, responsibility, or direction. If you cannot connect it, reconsider the goal. If the connection is strong, commit more deeply. You do not need a perfect life plan tonight. You need one honest direction and one action that respects it. Maybe the action is canceling a commitment that exists only for appearance. Maybe it is returning to a neglected craft. Maybe it is creating a protected hour for work that matters. Maybe it is apologizing to someone who received the cost of your ambition, but none of its attention. The action should be small enough to begin and serious enough to mean something. Success without direction turns every achievement into a temporary distraction. Direction changes the meaning of achievement. Money becomes a tool. Discipline becomes protection. Skill becomes service. Failure becomes information. Time becomes a resource you spend with intention. You are not here merely to collect impressive evidence that you existed. You are here to become someone capable of carrying a worthy mission, to build what should exist, to protect what should endure, and to leave the ground stronger than you found it. Do not ask only, how far can I go? Ask, what deserves the distance? Choose your mountain carefully, then climb with everything you have. If this message helped you think more clearly, subscribe to Beyond Success. Here we do not chase empty motivation. We build the mindset, systems, and character required for a meaningful life.